welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Godzilla. Make yourself comfortable, because I have a lot to discuss. So, the state of the channel right now is in an interesting spot, I'd say. There's a lot planned, but not a lot that will be happening immediately. First and foremost, let's get out of the way. The next installment of the Chaos series is actually already out, but it's not in this channel. The Lord of Shadows and the Almighty Tallest have collaborated once again to bring you Silence in Shadows. This is somewhat of a standalone entry in the TC-verse, and it may or may not connect to some things in the future, but we'll get to that later. If you've ever wanted to know the true origin, or rather, what's really going on with the character Falabala, who has been around for a long time actually, this may shed some light on that, and it might not be what you expect. Also, if you're a huge fan of the Metal Gear video games, this film pays a lot of homage to that as well.
Kept you waiting, huh?
So, I suppose if we're going to talk about the rest of the series, follow me. Okay. To mark things off of our list here, currently we are on the supervillain arc. That is the current chapter of the Chaos series. In the timeline, Doomsday, A Battle of Conquerors, is supposed to happen next, but I've really just been hesitant to work on this in terms of rushing it out, because Doctor Doom is an iconic comic book character. He is legendary. You don't just half-ass it. You never go half-cock. Full cock. So I want to make sure I get this right, because I don't think Doom has really been represented in live action all that well. I'm not sure what the MCU will bring, given its mixed state of quality at the moment, but I guess we'll find out. And also in the supervillain arc, we will continue to see the Zola Knights, followers of Zolostine, and they will be allying with a very powerful man, and I really look forward to playing him, Oscar Richmond. There will also be a few arcs that will happen on Lord of Shadows' channel. He's going to be contributing greatly to the Chaos, and we're going to be like getting some cyberpunk stuff, some medieval stuff. It's going to be cool. There are some other projects that would take place in previous arcs, like Robot Monster vs. the Lost Skeleton of Cadavra. This one I just thought of one day, but originally Roman was going to be introduced in a film called Roman vs. the Thing. I think the original title I had when I wrote the script was To Be Like the Human, because this would have been him versus the Thing, an alien that can almost perfectly mimic organisms down to their cells. But at the time I wrote it, I was not able to make a film like that, and because of where it takes place, I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can make it, so it's cancelled. I might release it in like an audio drama format, but it is still canon. The lore is there. I guess for now we'll just have to settle for Roman's chopped up way of explaining it in the 12 Days of Christmas. There's also Sylvatron Goes Crazy and stuff. This was an installment that would have fulfilled a plot thread that was introduced in Falabala's Second Worst Hangover Ever, one of our weirder installments. But this is also something I'm not sure if I'm going to make, but just wanted to get the idea out there. I guess that's what I have to say for future projects. Again, some of these are tentative. There is, of course, the Quest for the Holy Pale. We're still working on that too. But yeah, let's move on to our next subject. So, in regards to when these will be made, I really don't have a time slot anymore. We're not doing release dates anymore. Episodes just come out whenever. We really just want to take our time with these projects so that they come out as good as they can be, the best we can do. So for those of you who are subscribed to both of us, don't leave. We're not done yet. Far from it. Well, it's going to be difficult to do for a number of reasons. I mean, I'm able to do less than I was before. I'm not exactly in my prime anymore. I kind of aged too quickly, because in my last update, I mentioned that I have tendinitis, but that is actually incorrect. I got Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, a rare genetic condition that of course has my name in it. My fingers don't have nearly as much flexibility or grip strength as much as they used to. They used to be able to bend much further backward. Even the most basic of things can feel like a chore, and I got attacked by a wild animal, so that doesn't exactly help. And you want to know what the worst part about this is? It was gonna happen anyway. It was just eventually gonna manifest sometime during my lifetime, and it just happened to manifest back in 2022. So it seems like I was designed to suffer. It's not pleasant. So the physicality aspect of my videos, like the action and stuff like that, will have to be handled differently going forward. But I still hope to give it my all and give it my best, so you can still enjoy a good short film. Oh, and as you may or may not have noticed on the channel, from the infomercial I did, I have a new job! That's right, I am the manager of Books, Art, and More. So if you're in the central New York area, feel free to stop by. Not only is this a place where you can get gently used, almost like new books and antique books at decent prices, but it's also a place for local artists to present their work and display it, have it on sale, because I feel like we're kind of missing that in today's society. We're missing that passion for creating things. In a world where we're surrounded by slop on every platform out there, it may seem tempting to choose the easy way out, but I'd say it's the cheater's way out. If you ask me, the real deal, the genuine passion that goes into creativity will always be more valuable than something that can just be prompted out. In a world like this, don't blend in, stand out. Show them who you really are. Find something that makes you feel like life is worth living. Stick with that and pursue your passions. That's the kind of message I want to get across with this store, and I guess with my own artistic works as well. I can go for much longer of a rant talking about everything that's wrong with society now, but I'm not going to bore you with that. I'm not brave enough for politics. Another thing I'd like to do with this channel is to diversify its content. I make so many movies, I think it only makes sense that I should at least talk about the ones that inspired me, or the ones that I think you should avoid. So that might be something you might see on this channel. Discussions about the cinema. I would also like to bring back toy reviews. Like, I've genuinely been thinking about that. And as you can see around me, I have lots, and lots, and lots of different action figures to talk about. All sorts of collectibles adorn this room, of all sorts of shapes, sizes, characters, and brands, and whatnot. So, maybe expect me to talk about some of these in the future. I'm going back to the art side of things for a moment. Feel free to check out my artwork at Meganzilla on DeviantArt, or Emperor Danzorile on Instagram. I post much more frequently on DeviantArt. I don't particularly like posting on Instagram all that much. I just don't like how it works. Then there's always the chance that your content may or may not be used for training AI on things. And that's another hot debate that's very prevalent in society right now. I've already kind of voiced out my stance on all of it with the artificial competition video I made some time back. And that might even warrant a rant video of its own, who knows. But just know, I'm for real. What you see here is what you get. And you know, going back to what I was talking about with the message I want to get out with my job and the things I end up creating, that's something I've always felt like I was destined to be. A creator. I like making things. So, know this. Whenever you see me making something, I'm working against the pain. Because that's just how passionate I am about creating things. To let my imagination manifest in front of you. So, I guess that's it. I think I've touched upon all the bases I wanted to mention here. I do hope you look forward to the rest of the Terracaverse series. So, once again, thanks for coming to my update video. I hope you have a great day, wherever you are, whatever it is you're doing. And I will see you all in the next installment.